The simplest things in this world cannot be properly understood. Just when you think you understand something, there is always a darker underside to it. And really, when you take the simplest things and find out there's something far deeper and far worse to it than you can imagine, therein lies a creepypasta story. Today, this is my first official creepypasta. And a creepypasta basically is a really, really scary as fuck story. And, well, I'm sure you will be quite confused as to why this is episode 4. Well, let's just say that episode 3 was so bad, we deemed it unfit for duty. Of course, by the time we get to episode 7, we're going to find a story that's probably worse than episode 3. Who knows? Episode 3 may never see the light of day. But, here it is. Episode 4. And, would you look at that, we actually have an intro for the show. Take it away.
Yeah. Who wants to hear a story? I know I do. Hey you, sitting there with nothing to do, why don't you come over here and maybe try something new? Yes you, don't waste your time just planting your seeds. Let's partake of FlameAmigo619 reads. You got a pick, he'll read ya, hilarity he'll feed ya, or maybe deep emotions, whatever the feeling doesn't matter. Either solo or with friends, we're going on a trip to faraway places, or maybe not, just take a tip from me. He does have some standards, they're not far-fetched, it's a stretch, so keep that in mind, don't be a bitch. So kick up your feet, find something comfy to sit in, and enjoy the show. Now let us begin.
Hello, I am FlameAmigo619 ToonKriticY2K. This is another episode of FlameAmigo619 Reads. I have my compadres with me, everybody this time. Will.
Yo.
Sage.
Hi.
Jewel.
Hi.
Jimmy.
What's up, bro?
Sam.
Yo.
Tanya.
Hello.
And Joey.
You promised we could have sexy time after this.
Haven't you got enough sexy time from episode 3?
No, that was
Let's
anything but a sexy time.
Let's
That
not travel down that road.
was give Joey a reason to donate his sperm. Time.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. Now, this fic was suggested by the lovely Sassanico baby girl, aka Jewel.
Yeah.
And let's just say she has quite a way with creepypastas.
It helps when you're eating.
Today's... Yes. Today's story is simply entitled The Smile Dog. I really don't understand exactly what this is, but I have just been given to it on a whim. So, let's do this. It's late at night over here. It's about midnight or so when this thing was actually recorded, so I guarantee if this is as scary as I think it is, none of us are going to be sleeping tonight. Alright.
But I will, because I can handle this stuff.
You've all heard of Smile Dog, right? That terrifying picture of a husky smiling in a demonic way. Yeah, it's that one. Well, I was looking at internet memes and scary stories a few months ago. I stumbled across an urban legends video, which I found intriguing. I watched the video and it told us a few basic facts about spontaneous human combustion and sleep paralysis. The video also contained a couple of screamers to kill the mood a little. The end story was of Smile Dog. It simply presented the picture and told the viewer the legend. I researched it a bit more and found it to be terrifying, but quite cool. I began talking about it to my friends in school the next day. People would often use it jokingly, like in a history lesson. Our teacher told us that he collapsed on the floor, and my friend leaned towards me and said, "I guess he saw Smile Dog," and it would often make us laugh. We then found other stories, such as Red Mist, and Squidward's Suicide, and Candle Cove. We dropped the subject of Smile Dog for a while after that. In our school, we often talked to this boy. He was called Michael. He was a strange child. He never spoke to us, and he would often keep to himself. We had no idea where he would be at lunchtimes, and he wouldn't be hanging out with us, but we found it not to be of our concern. He would often leave lessons early to visit a hospital, as he was a rather sickly child. He told me of only a few of his afflictions, the most noticeable being epilepsy and schizophrenia. He would never show signs of these, though. If we mentioned them, he would often laugh them off and dismiss them. He approached me one day and inquired about Smile Dog. I replied, "That thing? Yeah, that's obviously fake." "Can I see it?" "Well, I didn't save it or anything. But just look it up, okay?" I was busy with homework at the time, and when people try to talk to me, I am rather irritable. He walked off without looking back. I didn't see Michael the next day. He was supposed to be in a few of our lessons, but he wasn't there. Nobody, not even the teachers, knew where he was. It was after our first lesson I was called into the headmaster's office. The headmaster sat me down in front of this desk and told me, "Your friend Michael has been instated to a psychiatric hospital. Apparently he saw something scary and he keeps having visions of it. Have you any idea what that might be?" I immediately remembered Smile Dog. "Yes, sir." The headmaster immediately brought up his computer, and I was faced with the Google search engine. I changed the search to images and typed in Smile Dog. I showed the headmaster the full, unedited image of Smile Dog. He said, "Oh my," and told me that Michael wanted to see me. He immediately arranged transport from me to the psychiatric hospital. I entered the colossal building with the headmaster. He was stopped by a doctor and said, "Michael only wants his friend, I'm afraid." The headmaster gave me a bewildered look, and I said, "Well, that's fine. See you in a few minutes." I strolled down the large, intimidating corridor and reached room 204. The room had a padded floor and wall and a light. No windows except a minuscule viewing slot through the door. I walked in and almost vomited. Michael was laying face down in the middle of his room with his hands still gripped tight on his neck, and he was dead. There was a hastily scrawled note left next to him, and it was for me. "Josh, I saw the Smile Dog you showed me. It's everywhere. No matter what we do, it can't be stopped. It appears even in the brightest moments of your life. It'll always be watching, never moving. It will not go away. Why did they put me in this room? Why? I had no escape. No matter how much I kicked off, the doctors would not believe me. This was the only way out. What if the dog is still there during death? When you are weak and incapacitated, he will drag you down to hell from whence he came. This is the reality, Josh. Do not ever mention Smile Dog again." I pocketed the note and alerted the doctors. Upon further inspection of his body, his hand was blocking a horrifying, vicious bite into his neck. The teeth march matched that of a dog's. A Siberian husky. I keep going over and over that note in my head, and I can't believe it. He was such a nice boy. I regret every bad thing I ever said to him. Why did it have to end this way for him? There is a small part inside of my head that says I'm responsible, and another portion of my head believes that this is all fake. And I should have been more aware of Michael's afflictions. The only trouble is, I'm running out of options to believe here. I didn't know schizophrenia was contagious. I keep seeing that damnable dog in the corner of my eye everywhere I go. It's starting to get on my nerves. Wait a minute. Is that? No. I'm hearing panting and scratching on my door. Let me investigate. I'll be back in a second.
That is honestly one of my favorite creepypasta stories.
Really? That?
I wasn't face at all. That was freaking awesome.
That's it? Really?
Yeah,
That's it.
I've been looking out the window for nothing.
pretty
Well,
much.
that
Oh
was.
yeah, I see how it is.
Well, that was. That didn't lead up to a total letdown.
I wouldn't say it was really a letdown. Hey, come on, my delivery on that was pretty damn cool.
Well, yeah, no doubt about it. Your delivery was nice, but I was sort of expecting, like, at the end, for like the Smile Dog to actually be there in front of him and attack him as well. But
Okay, I thought
But
it was.
didn't you hear the ending?
I'll be
Only-
back. I have to investigate.
Yeah.
oh
I
right.
thought.
And the only thing they said was, I don't hear anything. All I hear is scratching and panting at my door.
Well, I know I heard that, but I was sort of hoping, like, like for the actual attacking part to like actually be a part of it, and like that the guy, it's explicitly told that he got killed, but I don't know, maybe that's
That
just.
would no come. Okay, honestly, wouldn't that be a bit predictable?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I know, that's what I was sort of thinking, but yeah, then having to have it end on just that, I'm like, really, that's it? But yeah, that's actually a nice way to end that.
Yeah, Will, you're a professional. You should know it's the subtlety that really adds to the chill.
Right.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. That is kind of true. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that was actually a pretty chilling and well written out story.
It was a bit short though, but for what it was worth, honestly, this was actually rather creepy.
Yeah, it was. They don't call. I guess they don't call it creepypasta for nothing.
And Siberian Huskies are my favorite dogs, but now I don't know if they're gonna be my favorites now.
I actually am now afraid of my dog now because of this. Thank you.
I'm afraid of macaroni because it reminds me of pasta.
Oh, great.
Macaroni is pasta, sweetie.
And that is episode 4. I know this one's a bit short, but you know what? Considering that we kind of recorded episode 3 and 4 back to back, we kind of needed this.
I quite literally looked out the door. I thought the Smile Dog was there. It was just my cat.
See, Joey,
Wow.
Joey,
Oh
you actually immersed yourself in the story while I spoke, so you got the correct impression across.
That, and I stupidly looked up pictures of the Smile Dog while you were reading.
Of course you did.
I need a hug.
And that is episode 4 of FlameAmigo619 Reads. Hope you all enjoyed it. Try to get some sleep tonight, or else Smile Dog will get you.
Good night, my children.
Good night, Discord!